have been using the DJI mics a lot for about a year and 4 months now. And here is the DJI mic, and I'm happy to say that it just got upgraded. But before we continue, hi, my name is Nico. I create videos about camera gear, audio equipment, and desk setups. I'm not a professional photographer or videographer. I used to professionally edit at a podcast company, but all the opinions here on my channel is from the perspective of an everyday tech dad. Now, let's get back to this DJI Mic 2. The DJI Mic 2 has high quality audio recording, perfect for content creators and possibly professional work. We'll get into that later on in the video. But this mic will be perfect for me as a content creator wherein I am in situations that I don't want to be limited by a stationary mic, whether it's a mic on a mic stand or a shotgun mic wherein I could not go far away from the camera like this and still be heard by the camera. But for now, let's head on to the studio so I could show you the physical differences of the DJI Mic 1 and the DJI Mic 2. Alright, so let's talk about the differences of the original DJI Mic and the new DJI Mic. Did I just say DJI? So in the original DJI Mic, you get this carrying pouch with a drawstring, but now out of the box, you get this carrying bag for the DJI Mic, which also looks like the bag that comes in the creator combo of the DJI Pocket 3. Now, when it comes to the charging case, the DJI Mic 2 is significantly bigger than the original DJI Mic. Now, this might be a factor for you when traveling because this will take up much more bag space, although for me, it's not that big of a deal. Now, both of these mics come with a TRS to TRS cable, a USB-A to USB-C cable, and 2 dead cats for wind protection. Although the difference in the dead cat is in the original mics, you have this twist to lock style, which I find it not so convenient. While in the DJI Mic 2, you have this 3.5mm jack type of connection wherein you just plug it in and you're sure that it's connected properly. Now, you still get this similar layout wherein you have the transmitters on the side, the receiver in the middle, and you've got the lightning connection and the USB-C connection adapters inside the charging case. Although you would notice the part of the magnets are now inside instead of outside of the case. And continuing the trend of the DJI Mic 2 being bigger, the transmitters are also slightly bigger in the Mic 2 compared to the original mics. When it comes to the receiver, yes, it's a little bit longer, but it's also a little bit thinner. Now, something that I love that they did in the DJI Mic 2 is they gave the receiver a dedicated cold shoe mount, as compared to the original mic's flimsy plastic type of cold shoe mount wherein you have to attach it first, which is so hard to do because it's either, it's hard to insert, or when you put too much force, I'm afraid that it might break. But now you've got this standalone cold shoe mount, which is like more traditional type of mounting mics onto your camera. Now, when it comes to the design of the transmitters, I actually prefer the original mic's design wherein it's just like a black design as opposed to this see-through type of design of the DJI Mic 2. Although for me, it might not matter because as you see right now, the transmitter is actually inside my shirt and what you see is the magnet. Speaking of the magnet, I wish DJI had one side that didn't have the branding, just in case you need, a no branding type of magnet when in some shoots. Now, when it comes to the receiver, there is a big change wherein you've got a physical knob that you can use to control settings inside the receiver. The biggest for me of which is the volume or the gain of the receiver and the transmitter. In the original mics, you've got to go inside the settings using the touch screen and change the gain of your receiver or your transmitter there. Now, by just pushing this knob, you can actually toggle between the receiver's gain and the transmitter's gain to adjust the gain that quickly and no need to use the touchscreen. Now, the battery life of the DJI Mic 2 also got an upgrade. The charging case of the original DJI Mics has a battery life of 15 hours. The DJI Mic 2's charging case has a capacity of 18 hours. The transmitters of the original mic lasts for 5.5 hours, while the DJI Mic 2's transmitters lasts for 6 hours. And you can fully charge the transmitters and the receivers of the DJI Mic 2 for 70 minutes, and the charging case fully charges in 2.6 hours. Now, another upgrade of the DJI Mic 2 from the original DJI Mic is its built-in noise cancelling feature in the mics. Unless I just didn't know that the original had this feature. So here's a test of how the noise cancelling feature sounds like with these new microphones. Mic check, testing the DJI Mic 2's noise cancelling feature. I am beside a fan. I don't know if it's getting picked up. Hopefully it is, because I want to test the noise cancelling feature, you know, how it cancels out ambient noises in environment. So right now, the feature is turned off, and now let's just turn it on by pressing the power button once, and the green light should turn yellow. There you go. So was there a change in you know, how the environment sounds right now as compared to earlier when the noise cancelling was turned off? So there you have it. That's a pretty loud noise to cancel out, and for me, it sounds decent. I mean, you could hear a change in, you know, the sound of my voice, but it's not to the point that it already sounds like robotic if you apply too much noise cancellation. So I think this is a great feature to have, especially for content creators, creating videos outside in the more noisy environments. Now let's talk about connectivity. Now both the original mic and the DJI Mic 2 can be connected by the traditional way of connecting a 3.5mm jack from the receiver to your camera. They also both come with a lightning adapter and a USB-C adapter, which can be used on different types of phones. And just like the original, the DJI Mic 2 could also be connected to, let's say, a laptop or a MacBook, and it will be detected by your computer as an external mic, and you can use it in, you know, softwares like Zoom or live streaming. But the DJI Mic 2 has a trick up its sleeve that the original DJI Mic doesn't have. And I'm talking about Bluetooth connection. Now we all know that you could connect the DJI Mic 2 to the DJI Pocket 3 since it came with the Creator Combo. And DJI announced that you could also use the DJI Mic 2's transmitter to the DJI Action 4. Now let's talk about the range. DJI claims that unobstructed, this has a range of 250 meters from the receiver to the transmitter. Now, I don't see myself in any situation where I would need that much of a range when it comes to recording. 250 meters is very, very far. So I just tested it here in our street at home, and I just tested it for 70 meters here. Watch it. So I'm going to do a range test of the DJI Mic 2. I'll be walking to 70 meters. It says it can go up to 250. I don't know if there's 250 meters of runway here. I'm going to go to 70 meters. All right, mic check, mic check. Can you hear me if I'm turned around? I can be heard. All right, so mic check. You can still hear me? All right, and turn around. Can you hear me right now? Can you hear me? Ooh. So even if there's no clear line of sight, I can be heard, even if I'm faced the other way. All right. So I'm gonna go back to 70 meters. Can still hear me? Oh, nice. All right, so let me run. This is 70 meters. Can you hear me? If I turn around, can you still hear me if I am turned around? All right. Okay, 70 meters, good. I don't think I'll be using this anywhere in the 200 or 250 meter mark. And last but not the least for me, the biggest upgrade I think from the DJI Mic 1 to the DJI Mic 2 is the addition of 32-bit float recording. There's a big hype of 32-bit float nowadays in the audio content creation space. So it's definitely something that people are been waiting for on the DJI mics. Now do take note that 32-bit float recording only applies to the internal recordings of the transmitter and not if you wirelessly transmit it to the receiver into your camera. So a simple explanation of what 32-bit float is for those of you who are not familiar with it is that it gives you more dynamic range when it comes to recording, so that if your audio is a bit too loud or a bit too soft, then for the loud part you won't get clipping, and for the soft part you could still stretch it out a bit to be a bit louder and it will sound better compared to non-32-bit float recording. So let me show you an example. Warning, if you are listening on your earphones, you may want to dial down the volume because I am going to shout in the transmitter in 3, 2, 1. I am testing the 32-bit float recording of the DJI Mic 2! As you can see here, this is the waveform of that previous clip, and when I shouted, this is the part of where I shouted. As you can see, it's clipped here at 0 dB. Now, if we are not using 32-bit float, this is already clipped. The dynamic range of the audio stops there. And if this is really a 32-bit float recording, if I bring it down, this won't be flat. There will still be data, there will still be information beyond this point. So moment of truth. First time I'm seeing this for the DJI Mic 2. Oh, we've got some more data. We've got more data. Look at that. So that's how far my the gain or the volume of my shout was as compared to the normal voice. But again, if you aren't using 32-bit float, you probably stop here and you're gonna hear heavy clipping in your audio. So let's try to edit this. This is how it looks like now, the waveform. Let's get the original. There, as you can see, it's clipped. But here, using the 32-bit float recording, we were able to recover that clipped area of the file. I am testing the 32-bit float recording of the DJI Mic 2! I am testing the 32-bit float recording of the DJI Mic 2! So that is the reason why I said in the start of the video that you might be able to use this professionally because of, a high dynamic range capability recording of these mics. Now, those are the biggest upgrades of the DJI Mic 2, but of course you still have the old reliables like internal recording of the transmitters. You also have different recording modes, mono safety track, and stereo recording. As I mentioned, you still have the capability to adjust the gain of the receiver and the transmitters. Now you also have the ability to dial in which camera you're using in the recommended camera settings, although the list is still limited, so I'm hoping that DJI will update this list in the future. And there you have it. That is my video about the newly announced DJI Mic 2. Now the biggest question is, if you are a DJI Mic owner, are you upgrading to the DJI Mic 2? Are the upgrades big enough for you to switch to the Mic 2s? Tell me in the comments below. And if you want me to test something else that I didn't cover here in this video, please do tell me in the comments as well. And to check out more videos about camera gear, audio equipment, and desk setups, please do check out my other videos here.